Police forces across the country have urged the public not to call them to report breaches of the hosepipe bans. Apparently, forces have already been receiving calls from local community grasses telling tales on their neighbours. You know, behaving exactly like a community should be behaving towards one another. The hosepipe ban is said to cover such activities as watering a garden and plants, cleaning vehicles, filling or maintaining a domestic swimming pool or paddling pool, drawing water for domestic recreational use. Does that mean for drinking as well? Cleaning walls or windows or domestic premises, cleaning paths or patios, cleaning other artificial outdoor services. All of which do not fall under criminal matters, but rather civil matters. And the police call handlers are being drawn away from taking and dealing with genuine emergency calls, like, "Oh my God, somebody's misgendered me on Twitter." Devon and Cornwall Police Assistant Chief Constable Nikki Leper, I think, said we are also already getting calls from people reporting breaches of the hosepipe ban due to come in next week, which should be directed to the water company. All these issues should be dealt with by other agencies. There is a list of these agencies on our website, so please check online before you call us. Well, you will encourage people to grass on their neighbours, won't you? You see, this is partly to do with the propaganda that was force-fed to the public over the COVID restrictions, asking people and actively encouraging people to grass on their neighbours, friends and in some cases family members. And now you moan when people call you to continue grassing when a new problem arises. You simply can't have it both ways. And for those people who do grass on their neighbours, family and friends, shame on you. Your panic over COVID was unwarranted. That's proven. Your panic over water shortages are unwarranted. That will be proven. We have seen far worse spells of hot weather in this country than we have seen recently, and back in time when the water systems were older or had less demand, but 20 or 30 years on, you still think that 4 or 5 days of hot weather is going to actually cause an issue? Do you not see what is happening? This is a country that prides itself on innovation and dealing with problems. But suddenly there's talk about rolling blackouts from the lecky, lack of gas for cooking or for fuel in your car, and now water issues. Isn't it odd that all these things are attacking the utilities infrastructure and nothing else? I don't hear of companies folding and going out of business because of the lack of water, gas or lecky. But we, you and I, are the ones suffering from the lack of, while the bosses of the utilities companies are sitting pretty with their multi-100,000 or multi-million pound bonuses, and you're actively wanting to make things worse for your friends and neighbours. You are absolute scum if that's the game you play. But back to the police. They are moaning because they have actively encouraged grasses over the past couple of years, as if they don't love it really. I mean, civil matters to do with the utilities they don't want to know about, but civil matters regarding a photographer taking photos of their premises, they're all over it until they can turn it into a criminal matter, and if they can't, they simply falsely arrest the person anyway. And this goes for online posts that somebody might not agree with. Not a criminal matter, but again, police love getting involved, so I ask myself why they are so keen to stop people calling in over a hosepipe ban but are willing to attend a hurty word tweet when both are not criminal matters. Now, there's definitely something else going on here, an underlying agenda, especially when people thought using a hosepipe during a ban could receive a £1,000 fine. Southern Water, which imposed a ban on August the 5th, said we believe peer pressure is influencing behaviour as no one wants to be the person on the street with a green lawn and shiny car. Our approach is to engage and educate customers when we are approached about people failing to follow the rules. And that's all well and good, Southern Water. But also, nobody wants to be the only one on the street with dog shit smeared all over their car for being a grass, either. You're not asking for peer pressure. You're asking for collaborators, undercover grasses in the neighbourhood who are more scared of you for some reason and your propaganda than they are of their own neighbours and friends. Although I would hate to be one of the grasses when they get found out. I'll bet my bollocks they will soon be more scared of their neighbours than you at that point. As I said, if you're watching this and you are one of those willing to stitch up a neighbour with £1,000 fine after everything we're going through and have been through, you certainly deserve to be outed and made to feel so unwanted that you move home. These Nazi collaborators are absolutely disgusting.